I was looking through YouTube and I saw that Coach Kyle had a new video, and it was about like how a secure man handles a girl pulling away. And I was like, bro, I can make this whole video. And so let's get right into it. So a secure man is secure in his masculinity. And so when a girl's pulling away, this never makes him question his masculinity. And some of y'all might be thinking, oh, the reason she's pulling away is because I'm just not a masculine man. I'm not, I'm not a good provider, and I'm none of these things that she's looking for. But what y'all need to understand is that these girls have insecurities too, and the reason they might be pulling away is because of insecurities that they have. Oh, this guy is like super confident, super rich, and very, very well known by his peers. And I'm just this average girl, and that might be the reason why she's pulling away, because she she thinks she thinks you're out of her league, bro. And like if you have this mental shift, this mindset shift where the reason she's pulling away is because you're out of her league, then you're always going to be secure in your masculinity. And being secure in your masculinity, bro, that's what's going to bring her back. So like as you can see, a lot of these YouTubers, like, they kind of drag out the video, you know? Like I just made that whole video in 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes. And these YouTubers drag out the video. Like it's what they did with like, what's it called? House of the Dragon Season 2. Like, because they're running out of source material, they like drag out the plot to like so they don't run out of source material. Like because they don't want to run out of source material, they grab like this tiny little part of the source material, and then they drag it out like way longer than it needs to be. And y'all know how it is on this channel. I keep my videos short and sweet, and I get straight to the point, and I give y'all like actionable tips on like how to succeed with these women and how to succeed in your business. Bro, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I cut the last video short because I got a phone call from my dad, and he said that he was like asking for the password to the office computer, and I told him the password, and he said that he'd already tried it, but he'll try it again. And then he tried it again, and the password worked. And I feel like this might have been because of like input lag. Maybe because of input lag, like maybe one of the letters didn't register because of input lag. But anyway, it doesn't matter now, he got in. So guys, I really want to dive deep into like what happened yesterday. What happened yesterday is that like for 2 seconds, I felt like the pain was gone. I didn't feel the pain at all, like all the painful memories that I was using as an excuse to like feel this pain. All that just was just gone for 2 seconds. And I want to dive deep into like how we can like make this pain go away permanently. And it's like I said before, like if you remove like all these extreme feel good chemicals in your brain, if you remove that, then you're going to be balanced. And so it's not going to be like this zigzag of extreme positives and extreme negatives, and and your mind isn't going to be this roller coaster of extreme positive highs followed by like these extreme lows where you're like ruminating on these painful experiences. So y'all need chemical balance, and that involves working out and eating healthy and socializing more and maybe like conceptualizing your business, because that's going to get you setting long-term goals for your profitability and for what you're going to contribute to society. And I want to tell y'all about this one time. So me, my dad, my mom, and my brother Steven, we were like we were like on a drive from Utah to Los Angeles to catch a flight back home, and we were in Las Vegas, and we were just getting ready to go on a drive, you know, from Las Vegas to Los Angeles, and we stopped for some fast food, and my mom was just in the car and just feeling sorry for herself because we didn't go to the restaurant that she wanted because we couldn't find it, and she was just in the car feeling sorry for herself. And so me and my dad were in Wendy's, and we ordered something and sat down, and like I went to like grab a spoon, and the reason I did this was because like the burger tasted kind of dry, and I wanted like a spoon to like have some sauce with the burger, and like I wasn't even thinking that my dad might have the same problem where the burger's kind of too dry for him, and so he needs like a spoon to like add more sauce to the burger, and I wasn't even thinking about getting I wasn't really thinking about how he might be having the same problem that I was having. And like he just laid down this onslaught of abuse because I didn't consider getting him a spoon, and he just laid down like this onslaught of abuse that was completely unjustified. And like when I did ask him if he wanted a spoon, he actually said that he didn't need a spoon. And like so this kind of leads me to believe that he was like doing it for the sole purpose of laying on like this serious abuse, because like he was just finding like any excuse to abuse me because I didn't get him something that he didn't even want. And like it's not just because like I didn't get him a spoon, it was also because like I didn't say a word to him like through the whole meal. I didn't say a word to him, and like he kind of saw this as like an excuse to abuse me. And if y'all wanted to be the best parent, broys, then y'all would learn from these mistakes that your parents are making, boy. How are y'all gonna get your kids to express themselves more? Are you gonna abuse them? Are you gonna belittle them? Are you gonna completely shatter them on the inside? The answer is probably no, because y'all got a conscience, and y'all don't want to leave people shattered like your parents seem to want to. And this reminds me of another story. We were in a hotel in Las Vegas, and like we just got home from that excursion, and like I left my jacket in the closet and I was packing up and I forgot to grab it, and now I don't got that jacket anymore. And it was a really nice jacket, but and I also lost the jacket that I let my dad borrow. So I lost 2 jackets on that trip, and now I just have that new jacket that my grandpa gave me, the red one with Utah on it. And I really miss my jackets, but this one works fine. And like the reason it was in the reason it was in the closet was because I thought I might need it, but for like going out at night, but I didn't need it because it was like August, so the weather was hot. So I don't know why I thought I might need the jacket, and I guess maybe I might need it if like the AC was on in the hotel room. Then I might need the jacket, so I guess it makes sense to leave it in the closet in case. But I just didn't remember to take it out, and that's my bad, because I lost a $50 jacket and a Nike jacket that just vanished. Bro, I was on YouTube and I saw this post. I think it was by IGN or something, and they said that like Black Myth Wukong, like this new video game, it didn't make it to Xbox, and the developers blamed the Xbox Series S. Like, it doesn't have the same power as like the other next gen consoles. And so like, because they couldn't adapt it for Xbox Series S, they had to like completely scrap the project for Xbox. So it's only on PlayStation and PC, I think. And I was thinking, is this a deal breaker if like games aren't being ported to Xbox because of the Xbox Series S being the weakling in the family? Is it still worth it to get Xbox? And maybe, Game Pass, 500 games, you get instant access to 500 games with Game Pass. So I think it's still a good deal. But like Battlefield 1 was $4, and I'm really surprised that I resisted the temptation to buy Battlefield even though it was only $4. $4 is basically just throwing it away, and I still didn't take it. And maybe because like the campaign in these games are really short, and like it's really hard to get like emotionally invested in these war games. I have an appointment with ETC Richlands this month. I think it's on the 22nd of January. And like, Miriam told me that I was supposed to like edit my resume with like work experience at the real estate company. And like, she said that I was supposed to be like in the office like at least 8 hours a week. Be in the office 8 hours a week to like develop like experience for my resume, and I haven't been doing that. And like, I'm just gonna go in and like basically tell them that I made no like effort to gain experience for my resume. And I got this text message, and it said that from January the 7th, I'm gonna be given like more obligations. And they said to go to my Workforce Australia account for more details, so I clicked Workforce Australia, and the page wasn't loading. So like, I don't know what these obligations are, but I feel like eventually like they're gonna stop paying me, because like they're giving me these obligations, and like after getting fired, I just have like very little motivation to meet these obligations anymore. Because why meet these obligations? Like, the last time they made me like study like 80 hours, and I only studied 40 hours, and so I didn't even meet the requirements for the obligation, but I somehow passed the test. And like, okay, so like I can make an effort to meet the obligations and possibly still not pass the test. And so like, am I willing to do that? Am I willing to make an attempt to meet the obligations and waste all this time and still have the possibility of them rejecting my efforts to meet the obligations? And I'm gonna be real with y'all, I'm kind of stressing out because Workforce Australia, it's not loading the page. I've tried it multiple times and I can't get into Workforce Australia. And like, I'm kind of stressing out because I need to report a bunch of points. Like, from the 17th of January, I need to keep reporting points to meet the requirements for my job seeker allowance. But what if I can't even sign into Workforce Australia? Then what? And they're probably gonna stop paying me, and then that's when like doom and gloom, bro. That's doom and gloom, because I got this gym membership and I got the monthly house payments of $500 a month, bro. And I also I'm also like gonna have to like I'm gonna eventually have to start buying my own food, bro. And like, that's like at least That's at least like $30 a day to buy your own food. $30 a day, that's a lot of money. That adds up real quickly, bro. And I think that I need to make an effort to like meet these obligations, you know? Like whatever the obligation is, I just need to meet it for my $760 per fortnight. That's worth it. And I mean, worst case scenario, I can just go into the place physically and ask like what these obligations are, and that's not so bad. I was eating like this soup this morning. It was like beef and vegetable soup with toasted bread, and it was like pretty good, but bro, maybe I should have like followed my dad to the office, you know, like, cause then like at least I'm like meeting some of my like obligations to like be gaining experience for my resume, like seeing what's going on at the office. Even something as simple as that is like a lot better experience than like recording videos. Like I've been recording like all these YouTube videos and none of that goes on my resume because it's not really something that these employers are looking for. This business is something that makes profit, and these businesses are looking for experience in a company that makes profit. So I've been on looking through YouTube, and like I've been seeing these videos about how people are like coming to accept like this boring life that they have. They've just kind of accepted that they're never gonna do anything extraordinary with their lives, and they're just gonna like live this mediocre routine life, and they've just kind of found this like peace in accepting that they're never gonna do anything extraordinary. And like I feel like these are people that I could really like learn from. Like like all my depression comes from like I guess like wanting to be something extraordinary, and like having no plan for how I'm gonna do that. So basically like wanting to be extraordinary and having no plan for how to be there, that's what makes you depressed, boys. And like if y'all found peace with your boring life, then y'all would be more satisfied. Like I got everything I wanted right here. I got a place to be alone, bro. I got like privacy. I got like these trees, like obscuring me from the public. They're making me feel privacy and aloneness in my thoughts. And like this is already like something to be like so grateful for. And like what do I want? Do I want like a mansion with a bunch of naked maids doing everything I want. Do I really want this? Or am I grateful for like these simple things? Living living at the park, and I got a phone. My YouTube career would not be possible without this phone, bro. And I'm so grateful for it because think about it. These people making a career from online careers, YouTube, none of that would be possible without the phone and without internet. And because you have these things, it's a possibility. And like without like your experience, like reading all these books, then like you making a career off of writing books, that never would have been possible if like you didn't have all this experience reading books and knowing what makes a good story. And if I wasn't like recording these videos, and what would I be doing? I would just be watching other people improve their lives on YouTube, and like not even thinking about like how I'm gonna improve my life. And like y'all watching these people on YouTube improving their lives, like I guarantee you it's way less productive than you think. So I was watching this one video. It was like Taylor Alessi, and she was talking about like how the gym became her god. And she was talking about like how like the reason she was going to the gym was wrong, because like she was doing it for like these men to lust for her, bro. And like this got me thinking about like the reason why I got my gym membership. It was basically just so like this girl would lust for me, bro. Like that's basically it. But then as time went on, it became more about like me improving my lifestyle, my confidence and my mental health and physical fitness. And so like this mindset shift like completely changed me. Like at the beginning, like I was doing it to get these women to lust for me, and like I felt like this, I remember feeling like this like deep dissatisfaction. Like I wasn't I wasn't even talking to any women at the gym, and like it's basically like these women didn't even know I existed. I was just like in my corner doing my own thing, and none of these women glanced my own way. And I remember feeling like this deep dissatisfaction. But then as time went on, I had this mindset shift where I was doing it for myself, and this deep dissatisfaction of like not being validated by these women or not being lusted for by these women, that dissatisfaction went away because like I shifted my mindset and changed the reason why I was doing it. So like I remember thinking about like what part of the day do I enjoy the most? Like is it morning? Is it afternoon? Or is it night? And like I guess this kind of depends on like what kind of person you are. Like, are you like early bird or are you night owl? And it's got me thinking about like what person is like an early bird. An early bird is like the creative person, and like I guess like by this logic, if the early bird is the creative person, then the night owl is like the logical person, I guess. And I'm kind of conflicted on what I am because like I see the benefits of both. Like in the morning, your brain is more creative, and like obviously some of my best videos are recorded in the morning because it's when your brain is like most creative. So like in that sense, I like being like an early bird, but on the other hand, like being a night owl. Being a night owl is like, I guess it's like this time where you can like justify like relapsing. Like I know that a lot of y'all in the comments, y'all be watching porn and doing the jerky or playing video games or binging Netflix, or like y'all be doing a lot of these things at night, and like y'all need to think about like your priorities, boys. What are your priorities? Are you like, do you like live for the night so you can watch porn and do the jerky or like go clubbing, go to bars and clubs? Do y'all live for the night? Or do y'all live for like the morning where you can, where you're like at your most creative and you're like completely pumped to like maybe like come up with strategies for your business, or like really go hard on like the studying for these exams? And if y'all live for the morning, then props to you, boys, because that's living for the morning is like when you're gonna come up with like the best ideas for your YouTube videos, the best strategies for your business, and like the best study sessions for your exams in university. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. I was watching some Coach Kyle, and like he was talking about how you should always practice talking before starting an interaction with someone, and like I totally agree with this because like I've been talking for like 33 minutes, and that's like something that I could never do before, but because of like I've been warming up, I've been flexing my social muscle on camera, and now I'm like this social pro that can run a 34-minute interaction because I've been practicing, and like I've been practicing like how to keep the conversation going, and like it reminds me of like this advice, you know, like when you run out of things to say about the topic, you can always like backtrack on like something that you were talking about before, or like you can really just like completely shift the topic to something else. Like, oh, oh, also you're like a psychology major, huh? Oh, 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 by the way, what was your favorite food again? and see, you just change the topic back to something else. When you like ran out of things to say, or like maybe you weren't very knowledgeable on the topic, and like you didn't want to embarrass yourself by saying the wrong thing, so you just kind of backtracked on something that like there was more in your comfort zone talking about. Anyway, I hope y'all got something from the video, and the morals of this video is y'all don't need anyone to practice your social muscle. Y'all can practice right now. As long as you got a quiet place, then y'all can like reflect on what you're gonna say in these conversations. And that's all I got for the video. Thank y'all for listening, and see y'all later.